Hey guys, it's Beth, and today I'm making a bunny door hanger. I use this wood round hanger from Dollar Tree, this welcome word also from Dollar Tree, this little bunny I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm just using that for tracing, some twine, a couple different types of ribbon, painter's tape, a lamb's ear pick from Walmart, home decor wax, Persian gray, plaster, and black chalk paint, and hot glue. I started by placing my little bunny down on the wood hanger and putting some painter's tape on two different sections. And I just used the bunny as my guide because I'll be tracing that in the center. So I just needed to make sure that I had taped off enough area. And then I used the home decor wax and brushed that on the top and the bottom. Once I had those two areas covered, I took a baby wipe and just blended it all in. And then for the back, I like them completely finished, so I did the home decor wax covering the entire back. After I removed the tape, I just dried those really good to make sure my tape would stick down when I covered up those areas to paint the center. So I just covered up the home decor wax, and then in the center, I used the Plaster chalk paint and painted the entire center and did 2 coats. And then I used my black chalk paint and painted the welcome word. And on that I did 2 coats as well, using my heating tool to dry it in between. And then I took my little bunny and centered it as much as I could, and then used my ruler just to make sure that it was centered. And then once I had it where I wanted it, I traced it out, except I did not trace out that bent ear and I didn't do the bottom. I flipped it over and traced out the straight ear because I wanted the center bunny to have both ears going up. So I just flipped it and traced the ear again. And then on the bottom where I did not trace it, I kind of just made little feet and a little bottom. And then on one side, I traced it with the ear going one way, and then on the other side with the ear going the other way, making the feet again on the bottom. And then I took the Persian gray chalk paint and a very small paintbrush and just went along my trace marks and just filled all that in with the chalk paint. And after I had them all retraced out with the chalk paint, I just went around with a little bit bigger paintbrush and filled it all in. And next I drew little tails on the bottoms. And then what I did was just added some black chalk paint to my Persian gray just to get a little bit darker gray, and then made little tails. So I just kind of like shaped them almost like little clouds with little bubbles, so it wasn't a complete circle. And then I added in a little bit of the gray color again and just blended some of the darker gray around the edge of each of the bunnies just to make them look a little blended. And then added a little more gray. You can definitely skip this step. I just thought it gave it a little bit more texture on each of the bunnies. And then I took the Persian gray paint again and made little lines on each of the tails, and then made sure it was completely dry. Put some hot glue on different areas of my welcome word on the back. and I can never move fast enough for these words. So I always place it down and then use my heating tool to warm back up the glue. And then I just use the back of a pencil eraser to push it down. And for my bow, I took a ribbon, measured it 6 inches, folded it down, and then wrapped it around 3 times. And then cut off the end kind of at an angle so it wasn't sticking out too far. And then I grabbed another ribbon, and this one I measured out 5 inches, folded it down, and then wrapped it around itself 3 times again. And then again cutting off the excess on the back. And then what I do for these, I cut a little V on the sides right in the center. So just little notches in the very center. Take a piece of twine for each of them, wrap it around, and then in the back pull it nice and tight and make a couple of knots. So you do that on both of those. And then I left the twine long for now, and then fluffed up each of the little loops. Just pull them apart. So if you want more loops, you'll just have to wrap more ribbon around itself for more loops. And then I put the larger set, the black and white set, underneath. The twine from the tan ribbon wrapped around that one and knotted it again so they'd be connected. And then just opened up the loops again so it was nice and full. And I took my lamb's ear pick, hot glued that to the top of my sign, and then hot glued the bow in the center of those. Last thing I did was just added back on the original hanger. And that is it. I think it turned out so adorable. Thank you guys so much for watching.